nothing else, you have to secure a valid passport as this will serve as your main ID. In the Philippines, getting a regular passport costs 950 pesos and will be released after 12 working days. Should you wish to expedite the process, you have to pay 1,200 pesos and your passport will be released after 6 to 7 working days. This is valid for 10 years if you are 18 years old and above. Setting up a GMC online account is an essential part of your career as a doctor in the UK because this is where you will book your PLAB exams and manage future registrations. This step will only take around 10 to 15 minutes and requires no fees. Most IMGs require proof of English fluency by taking either IELTS or OET. Both tests assess your ability in 4 key areas: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. There are various types of IELTS exam, but the one you need to take is IELTS UKVI Academic since it covers for both your GMC registration and UK visa application. This costs around 12,000 pesos and is held twice a month in Manila, Baguio, and Cebu. Test centers offer both paper and computer-based exams. The only difference is that you type all answers on screen for the computer-delivered test. The test format, time frame, and content will be similar. One advantage though of computer-delivered test is that the results will be released earlier than usual. OET medicine, on the other hand, is more expensive than IELTS. This will cost you a good 23,000 pesos. It is held twice monthly in similar areas as with IELTS but with additional test centers in Davao and Iloilo. Unlike IELTS, OET is only paper-based as of writing and the results are out after 16 business days. Do note that these exams should not be taken lightly and should be given ample preparation depending on how confident you are in using the English language. Generally, 1 to 2 months of study time should be allotted depending on your baseline fluency. Should you plan to take PLAB 1 exam in the UK, you first have to check if you will be needing a visa to enter. For us Filipino IMGs, a visa is a prerequisite before visiting the UK. The standard visitor visa fee is 6,300 pesos and is valid for 6 months. The decision is released within 3 weeks but can be expedited to as early as 5 days with additional fees. As previously mentioned, PLAB 1 is a 180-item written exam held 4 times yearly. For 2021, exam dates are on February, May, August, and November. This exam costs around 16,000 pesos and is set to increase to around 240 pounds this coming April 2021. The exam is held in many other countries aside from the UK. Unfortunately, Philippines is not one of them. So it's up to you if you want to take it in other neighboring countries or in the UK. Some IMGs do not attend PLAB 1 review courses and prefer self-studying instead as there are lots of resources available. While there are several free materials on the internet, there are also subscription-based resources that you can avail. Preparation for this exam depends on your pace of studying, but generally, 2 to 4 months of solid review will get you to pass on your first take. After 4 weeks, PLAB 1 results will be out. While waiting, you should now start the EPIC verification process. This is an important step because you won't be able to submit your application for GMC registration until your medical degree is verified. I strongly advise that this part be completed early as there are many factors that contribute to the length of verification. This includes the time it takes for your medical school to respond and whether your institution sends the requirements electronically or via courier. The verification will take around 45 to 90 days as mentioned on their website. Setting up an EPIC account currently costs around $130 and the fee to verify each credential is $100. These fees are set by ECFMG. Based on recent exchange rates, It can cost a minimum of 11,000 pesos depending on how many qualifications you send for verification. Let's now move on to the last exam you have to pass for GMC registration, PLAB 2, which is an OSCE type of test that assesses your medical knowledge, clinical skills, as well as communication skills. Unlike PLAB 1, PLAB 2 is only taken in the UK and is held throughout the year. Presently, GMC plans on increasing the number of available places for this exam due to the surge of examinees. This exam costs 60,000 pesos, and like PLAB 1, it is set to increase to £879 starting April 2021. Although attending an academy is not entirely necessary, many successful IMGs highly recommend attending one to increase the likelihood of passing on the first try. Generally, 3 to 6 week courses are suggested to have enough time to practice before your actual exam. The results of PLAB 2 exams will be posted on your GMC account after 2 weeks. After passing the PLAB exams, you can now apply for GMC registration. For doctors who send their applications within 5 years of graduating, the fee is around 11,000 pesos. If you graduated for more than 5 years already, a higher cost of around 28,000 pesos should be paid to be granted full GMC registration. These fees are also subject to increase to around £157 and £408 respectively starting April 2021. Let me walk you through the application process. The initial assessment is done within 5 days after submitting the requirements. The process varies on a case-to-case basis depending on how quickly you will be able to send out further evidences that GMC might request from you. But it usually takes around 2 to 5 weeks before being granted GMC registration. Once you are granted full GMC registration, you can now apply for jobs and soon be able to progress your career in the UK. I have provided a summarized infographic that you may use as a guide. You may check out our IG page to see the complete details.